if you're counting calories, counting macronutrients, using an application to track your food, you are probably making yourself suffer unnecessarily. And if that bothers you, like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to help, but it's a waste of time for 99% of people. I literally know 2 people that have done that successfully for a few months, maybe a year, and it's just not sustainable. The average person does not weigh their food properly, does not put their food into the macronutrient counter thing properly. So it's kind of a moot point at the end of the day. You're not using the application properly, you're not losing weight, you're not doing the thing you set out objectively to do while being neurotic about tracking. And I'm going to say neurotic a lot during this video probably, because I think that this habit is neurotic. I think it's a waste of time. I think it's you thinking that you have control over something that you really don't have a ton of control over. And you're wasting energy doing something that you could otherwise be putting your energy towards getting to know your body and what it needs, by listening to it, by basically saying like, all right, I eat this food and I feel a certain way. I don't eat this food and I suddenly feel better, or my skin clears up, or like my experience, my digestive issues disappear, my skin feels better or looks better, my joints feel better, which is a huge factor for me. I know a lot of people don't experience that, but if I eat sourdough bread, even sourdough, I get terrible back pain. And I've done the experiment a bunch of times because I love bread. Can't do it, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't think I would have had the mental bandwidth to pay attention to all of those factors that I just went over and discovered those things about how my body digests and processes food if I was wasting my time tracking bullshit in an application. Ooh, now YouTubers are gonna flag this video or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna curse a lot in my videos, doesn't matter. I'm just trying to help you. At the end of the day, I know that I've done a whole lot of self-experimentation, and I feel like a kind of a jerk for not sharing it, for people who are actually looking for it. There's people who are looking for help, and I'm wasting my time talking to people who don't want help, or they ask for help and never listen to the advice that's given to them. But I've been doing this for 16 years, dieting, low carb. I've experimented doing high carb stuff, paleo, and in large part it just doesn't work. I don't know any more sustainable, consistently long-term, workable diets than, let's say, low carb, being 50 to 100 grams of carbs per day, which I do way less than that typically. I basically do meat-based, carnivore, animal-based, whatever you want to call it, and rarely have any carbohydrates in addition to meat, fish, fowl, eggs, fermented dairy, fermented vegetables, and that's a very rare occasion. So if I can do this for 16 years, have fantastic results, never have to worry about getting overweight, gaining a ton of fat overnight or something like that, or binge eating because the foods that I'm eating are so satiating that I don't have to track my calories, I don't have to track my macros, I don't have to do all of that stuff that has become so normalized and expected within like the fitness and health community, where all of the things that we're doing are the things that you should be doing if you want to be a skinny little idiot like us. It's nonsense. It's nonsense, and it's infuriating because the average person is not concerned about like counting calories and counting macros and putting all of the things that they eat into an application or weighing their food. And if you have the mental bandwidth, if you have the time to do that kind of stuff, you're very blessed. Congratulations, you're living a great life if you can do that. But for me, it's like, even if I was capable of doing that, I wouldn't want to waste my time. I wouldn't want to. It is unnecessary. It's excessive. Again, it's neurotic. You're trying to control tiny little factors, when in reality, the whole macro perspective, I'm not talking about the food, the macro perspective, like a bird's eye view, is that you can eat whole foods. And when I say that, I'm typically saying like a keto diet, meat, fish, fowl, eggs, animal based, for 90% of your calories, and then that extra 10%, if it's some fruit, if it's some honey, if it's some white rice, if it's like a little bit of bread, and you can tolerate those things, you're totally fine. Like, you're good. Beyond that, you really are just like shooting yourself in the foot and making the whole process exhausting. Like, I know I get fired up about this, but it is tiring to watch people spin their wheels and devote so much energy to something that should be just automatic pilot by now. Again, if anybody likes doing this and gets joy out of, like, I know some people, and I can be that way too, like really detail oriented, control freak, type A personality who just wants everything in order and documented. Great. If you like doing that and it makes you feel good, awesome. Again, most people are not that way. Most people don't want to do the things that fitness influencers and health gurus are all telling you is necessary nowadays. And that message needs to be pushed a lot more, which is literally why I'm making these videos, because it's not incredibly complicated. If you simplify and get rid of the excess, you won't have to deal with this constant subliminal, like, undertone background noise of, oh, I have to count my calories. I wonder how many calories are in this sauce that I'm eating, and nonsense. Like, make it easier on yourself. Establish some boundaries, set the rules, follow those rules, and all of the excess falls off. So I hope that helps. Have a good one.